if he played 30 or 40 years ago, he'd have to play a little bit differently. The geometry of the court now allows guys to, and especially with drop coverage, come over screens and have a lot of space to pursue them from behind, and that's obviously something that he loves. And I tried to find historical comps, ended up feeling like I really couldn't find any. You know, I was on Kirilenko for a little bit because of how he surprised people with his length, and he had a little bit of chaos just like around the elbows and a little bit away from the basket, blocking jumpers and things like that. But he's not quite like that. I was back on your old friend Sidney Moncrief, just how he keeps the ball in front of him and what he likes to do with his footwork and his jumping. That didn't really work. There's obviously some similarities with Jordan in terms of athleticism and challenging that I talked about in the video, but he's just a fascinating player.
He really is. I was trying to do a historical comp too, because that's like how I like to conceptualize players. And Kirilenko, to me, like you talked about in the video, Thybulle's not a great rim protector. He's not going to be someone you're going to slot down on defenses, and he's going to, stop the most efficient shot in the game. Kirilenko, that was his best strength. I mean, he was averaging like over 3 blocks a game, and they weren't just like hunting down blocks. Like he was legitimately stifling people driving. I thought Sean Marion kind of had that frenetic pace, the really quick types of jumping. But again, I think he was maybe even stronger at the point of attack. Maybe even again, better at rim protection. Even Scottie Pippen, but again, better rim protector, not quite as frenetic. I almost think Michael Jordan is the best comp. Not necessarily that Jordan and Thybulle are exactly the same kind of defender, but Jordan sort of had that like, I'm going to go rogue here for a couple possessions and see how I can blow up this offense.
Yeah.
And I think that gave up. I mean, there was a give and take with that defensive sort of style, but that's really the best comp that I have defensively.
I like the Marion call out. Jordan's interesting because I think second three-peat Jordan, I love second three-peat Jordan on offense and defense, and his defense to me is almost more impressive. It's a little more disciplined than when he was younger. He's stronger. He had put on about 15 to 20 pounds by the time he came back for the second three-peat. So that really wouldn't be the right Jordan comp. It's really that like late 80s, maybe early 90s Jordan where he just played like a tornado.
Thanks for listening. You can find the full episode of This Thinking Basketball podcast on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, or wherever you enjoy podcasts.